Okay, this is a demo of the OXFUZZ Bass Fuzz. It's a little more in depth than the one that I did previously where I had a bunch of different fuzz pedals. As you can see, I've got the back off of it, and the reason is on the back there's a little trim pot in here. Let me go ahead and show that to you. The trim pot is right here. You can keep turning it, but basically you have a range from where this is pointing to somewhere around 10 o'clock over to about 2 o'clock that's usable. I got it set now right about 11, which to me is kind of the sweet spot. It came from the OXFUZZ made by Ken of Otis. Came from him, set to his sweet spot. Mine's a little different, as everyone should be, I guess. Anyway, got my little handy dandy battery. I was lucky enough to get number 13. Anyway, this is going to be done with a passive bass. I'm going to be doing it with an American Standard Jazz. The reason is this thing really shines on passive. I found that when I use it for an active bass, the signal is a little bit hot, and basically I end up getting about one really usable setting. It's a setting I really love, and I use it as a great overdrive. But I don't get into the fuzz territory as much with it. You push the guts of this thing a little bit too much. Anyway, I got the level set here about 1:30, 2 o'clock. The blend is over here at about 3, and the fuzz is about 2 o'clock. This thing's pretty much set flat except for a little notch down here in the mids. V4B into a Fender 610. So, clean tone. Basically, I got my both pickups all the way on and the tone all the way on. So basically a Fender dimed. So anyway, clean tone again. Kind of bright, kind of punchy. Now this thing really translates the tone of your bass. Got it on, and now we got now, say turn the tone back on the bass to about midway. If you turn it all the way off, makes it real nice and dark. The trim pot on the back basically just affects the fuzz knob. If you turn it counterclockwise, basically what you get is it gets real kind of sputtery real easily. And the farther you go to the left in the usable range, the more use you have out of the dial of the fuzz. Like right now, even with the fuzz turned back here to like 9, 10 o'clock, you can introduce it just enough as a little bit of overdrive. If you blend it in a little bit more. So you get a full range, and as you get up here, let's take it all the way in. This is probably going to get a little bit crackly. And the one thing I don't like about the OXFUZZ is it's a very bright pedal. It accentuates your high mids a little bit. My go-to bass is a Stingray, so that's a little bit problematic. Ken, if you're listening, and you probably are going to see this, that's the one addition I'd like to change about these. If you ever change these up a little bit, make it a little bit more low mid-voiced. You can get there with a passive bass beautifully, but for us guys on active, it's kind of hard to get to it. But otherwise, this thing has a lot of diversity, and it's gotten to be pretty much one of my go-to pedals. Now, dial this back, and you can see if you knock the blend back to like here, and let me give you a little taste of what happens with the trim pot. You might start hearing a Spanish radio. Here's if we move it up to about noon. I'm going to put the fuzz Let's put it at noon, and right there should be good. See, basically now, when you put it there, the fuzz won't kick in until probably about 3 o'clock. So anyway, that's basically the OXFUZZ Bass Fuzz. Totally worth the money, totally worth the time. Comes from Canada and built to order. I was lucky enough to get number 13. Anyway, if you have any other questions about it, let me know.